Hollywood is in shock as Lenny Kravitz breaks his silence on Jason Momoa after years of speculation about their close friendship. The musician has finally spoken up, saying, "I can't keep this secret anymore." What he reveals is unexpected, personal, and changes how we see Momoa. Why has Kravitz kept this hidden for so long, and why now? The truth behind their bond is more than just another Hollywood story, it's something far more surprising. Let's dive into the revelation that's leaving everyone stunned. Brotherhood in Hollywood, finally speaking up. Lenny Kravitz's revelations about Jason Momoa are shocking the film industry. It has always seemed almost too good to be true that two men, both deeply connected to Lisa Bonet, could have such an effortless connection. For years, fans have praised their camaraderie, but there was something far more complicated happening beneath the surface. Kravitz has now spoken, and the revelation is more startling than anyone could have predicted. For years, many believed their friendship was just an act of maturity, a model of how blended families could coexist peacefully. The public assumed Kravitz and Momoa had always been friendly after seeing their casual exchanges, birthday celebrations, and mutual respect. However, that wasn't true. At first, Kravitz wasn't sure what to make of Momoa. Seeing his larger-than-life presence, untamed energy, and undeniable charm, he wondered if they could truly coexist. Ultimately, it wasn't just about getting along, it was about accepting that Momoa had taken on the role Kravitz once held in his ex-wife's life. However, something occurred that changed everything. There was a singular moment Kravitz now acknowledges, when he saw Momoa in a way he had never seen before. It wasn't for the cameras, it wasn't on social media, and it wasn't in public. Just the two of them were together in private when Momoa said something so intimate and surprising that Kravitz could never look at him the same way again. This was more than just a man stepping into a family role. Kravitz had been unprepared for Momoa's depth, sensitivity, and honesty. The world has mostly known Momoa as the action star, the warrior, and the unrestrained explorer who appears larger than life. However, Kravitz discovered that Momoa had a side the public had never truly seen. There was something raw beneath the charm and self-assurance, and everything changed between them when Momoa revealed it. In an instant, the hesitancy, the doubts, and the silent distance disappeared. That moment forever altered their relationship. Kravitz no longer viewed Momoa as just Lisa Bonet's new husband. After that day, he saw him as a brother, genuinely and unshakably, not just in the casual way people speak about friendships. His perception of Momoa was now based on his true nature, not just as an actor or a partner. Everything changed with that realization, and their relationship was cemented from that point on. Why did Kravitz keep this hidden for so long? Why did they allow the public to believe their friendship was simple and organic from the start? The reality is, some truths are too powerful to discuss lightly. Kravitz has always been private, letting his actions speak for themselves. He believed his relationship with Momoa didn't need an explanation, so he never felt the need to provide one. They knew the truth. Lisa knew the truth. Their families knew the truth. That was enough. However, something has changed. After years of keeping the real story behind closed doors, Kravitz is now ready to tell the public what truly happened. And it goes beyond just their friendship, it's about what he discovered about Jason Momoa, aspects of him that no one else has ever seen. It's about an unspoken truth that has been waiting for the right moment to come to light. What Kravitz has revealed is not just unexpected, it's astounding. It shatters all our preconceptions about Momoa. This is more than two men getting along for the sake of family. It's something far more authentic and deeply personal. And it's clear that this story is only beginning. As Kravitz continues to share more, those who thought they understood the bond between him and Momoa will be forced to see it in an entirely new light. The revelation of the truth is more explosive than anyone could have imagined. The world is only beginning to uncover this story. But now that Kravitz is ready to go public, the full picture is taking shape, and everyone will be in awe of what he has to say next. Lisa Bonet was the undeniable link between Lenny Kravitz and Jason Momoa. She was more than just a mutual friend or a past lover, she was the heart of their unique blended family. However, Few understood the complex emotions that came with their seemingly effortless dynamic, even as the world celebrated it. In Lisa's past, Kravitz was the man with whom she had a life, a marriage, and a daughter. In her present and future, Momoa was her husband and the father of her youngest children. Most ex-partners struggled to maintain a friendship, let alone form a bond. But Kravitz and Momoa were different, or at least, that's what the public was led to believe. The love story between Kravitz and Lisa has been the subject of Hollywood legend. They were young, rebellious, and undeniably in love. But love wasn't enough to keep them together. Despite their friendly post-breakup dynamic, the separation hurt. Even after they split, Kravitz never stopped expressing his deep respect for Lisa, stating, "She is a part of my life that will never leave my heart, my soul, or my spirit. I am what I am because of our experience." So when Jason Momoa entered Lisa's life, tall, confident, and ready to love her in ways Kravitz no longer could, there was an unspoken shift. Though Kravitz had moved on, he had unexpected emotions seeing another man step into the roles of husband and father. Co-parenting Zoe with Lisa had always been smooth, but with Momoa's arrival, everything changed. Unlike Kravitz's quiet, composed nature, Momoa was bold and unfiltered in his love. He never sought to replace Kravitz, though. Instead, he embraced him as family, calling him brother in interviews and ensuring the world saw their affection. But behind the scenes, Kravitz had to confront an uncomfortable truth: was Momoa really his friend? Could he fully embrace the man who had stepped into his place? Lisa, ever the mediator, made it clear this family was not to be divided into past and present. She believed in unity over rivalry. She saw love as something beyond labels, something that didn't have to end just because relationships changed. Slowly, Kravitz let down his guard. He began showing up not just for Lisa and Zoe, but for Lisa's life with Momoa. On the surface, the tension faded. He laughed with Momoa, attended family gatherings, and the world saw two men who had defied the odds. But deep down, Kravitz still had lingering doubts, until a pivotal moment erased them completely. At first glance, Lenny Kravitz and Jason Momoa had nothing in common beyond Lisa Bonet. One was a rock star, effortlessly cool, mysterious, and poetic. The other was a towering force of energy, larger than life. But beneath those differences, they shared something profound: passions for music, motorcycles, adventure, and the freedom to live life on their own terms. Their bond began with motorcycles. Kravitz, a longtime vintage bike collector, found peace in long, solitary rides. Momoa, on the other hand, craved adrenaline and danger. Their first real moment of connection came during an impromptu road trip. Riding side by side on an empty highway, Kravitz saw something in Momoa that finally made sense. He wasn't just a wild, free spirit, he was someone who deeply valued freedom in all forms. As their friendship deepened, Kravitz still had lingering questions about Momoa, questions that would finally be answered one night under the stars. Sitting by a fire after a long ride, Kravitz finally asked, "What's your real story, man?" For the first time, Momoa didn't respond with a joke or a grin. Instead, he hesitated. And in that silence, Kravitz felt it, the weight of something unsaid, something long buried. What Momoa revealed that night would forever change Kravitz's understanding of him, of their bond, and of the truth behind their relationship. Claimed that Kravitz and Momoa were only acting out their relationship for the cameras. Others conjectured that their relationship was more nuanced than either of them disclosed, that there was something hidden under the brotherly embraces and grins that was just waiting to come out. Moreover, the rumors weren't entirely baseless. Something remained unspoken. After years of camaraderie and understanding, an unacknowledged truth lingered, and as time passed, the moment of revelation drew closer. Even though neither man had addressed it publicly for years, Kravitz had kept his thoughts to himself, honoring the limits of the new life Lisa had created. However, he had been suffering from something since the beginning that he had never discussed. The truth had been lurking in the background, awaiting the appropriate opportunity to come to light. And when it did arrive, it would not only surprise everyone, it would completely transform the world. Hints and cryptic messages. Lenny Kravitz and Jason Momoa have been hinting for years that there was more going on beneath their seemingly ideal friendship. Fans were too engrossed in the touching tale of two guys defying expectations and developing an unbreakable relationship to pay any attention at the time. However, in hindsight, the indications had always been present. It was evident in the way Kravitz would hesitate just a little bit before responding to specific inquiries concerning Momoa. Despite his typically laid-back demeanor, Momoa occasionally faltered while discussing their relationship. These were the indications of constraint, of two men carefully selecting their words, of neither of them being quite ready to declare out rather than confront. Asking Kravitz about his connection with Momoa during an interview was one of the first things that caused people to take notice. Instead of congratulating him right away as he always did, Kravitz paused, glanced to the side, and then spoke the words, "Jason is a unique guy." The interviewer dismissed it with a laugh, and Kravitz promptly complimented him. However, that hesitation, those 2 seconds of hesitation, alluded to an unspoken issue. Then came the posts on social media. Some remarks appeared to hold a weight that few questioned, but fans had always admired how openly they supported one another. Kravitz once wrote on Momoa's birthday, "Another year, another adventure. It's always a fun journey, my brother." Those who looked more closely noted the wording, "an intriguing ride." But most people took it as a casual comment. What did that imply exactly? In contrast to the world, what sort of journey had they been on together? Momoa also exhibited ambiguous conduct at times. When questioned about his connection with Kravitz at a panel appearance, he instantly said, "That man knows more than anyone." He simply smiled and shifted the topic when asked what he meant. Kravitz, Momoa, and Lisa Bonet were all present at a red carpet event when Momoa joined the family years ago. A reporter asked Kravitz what he thought of it. After laughing, Kravitz added, "I didn't have a choice, did I?" in a hushed tone. The way he said it, the way his gaze briefly strayed to Momoa, made an effect. Even if it seemed like a joke, the clues were hidden in little moments that only became apparent in retrospect, and they were dispersed across the place. The tension had been building towards something significant, something inevitable. For those who had been listening, both Momoa and Kravitz had been silent for years. However deeply buried the truth was, it somehow found its way to the surface. Lenny Kravitz was finally prepared to speak. After years of silence, it was time for the revelation, and that was going to make all the difference. The shocking details. Lenny Kravitz has finally spoken up about his relationship with Jason Momoa, revealing shocking details after years of underhanded hints and public conjecture. Since Momoa had previously been married to Kravitz's ex-wife Lisa Bonet, fans have long appreciated their strong connection. What transpired, though, after Momoa and Bonet parted ways? Would their fraternity, which seemed unbreakable, endure? Kravitz has now come forth with the shocking and very touching truth. In a special interview with People, Kravitz said, "I can't keep this secret anymore." What he said next answered all of the questions. "We are family," he said confidently. "We will be family. There is no judgment." He broke the conventional norms of relationships between ex-partners with his remarks, demonstrating that ties created out of respect and love don't have to end when circumstances shift. Following Bonet and Momoa's divorce, Kravitz showed a stronger, unbreakable bond. Contrary to what many had anticipated, tension or distancing, there was no space for question in Kravitz's response. He underlined that nothing had changed, the love and respect they shared, even if their family structure had changed. He proudly disclosed that Lola and Nakua Wolf, the children of Bonet and Momoa, lovingly referred to him as Uncle Lenny. Their lives remained intricately linked, as this small but profound information explained. They had figured out how to keep the love they had created together, making it even more powerful. Kravitz's own views on family and love were maybe the most surprising discovery. He considered how he had learned that partnerships don't always end in animosity from his own 1993 divorce from Bonet. He clarified, "The love doesn't leave you. It just needs to find a new way to channel itself into a new life." This realization showed that their special link was a conscious decision rather than merely an oddity. The message Kravitz sent was strong: family is not just limited by social norms or conventional roles. The decisions we make, the love we foster, and the work we do to maintain deep connections instead shape it. Kravitz's revelation of a contemporary mixed family based on steadfast respect, love, and purposeful togetherness was perhaps more remarkable than the unexpected quarrel or dramatic breakdown that many expected. That deeper understanding of family had been taking shape for years, rooted in a private confession Momoa shared with Kravitz long ago when they were alone. That moment was what built their relationship. In a rare moment of vulnerability, Momoa admitted, "Lenny, I think I'm supposed to hate you, but I don't." He didn't just see Kravitz as his wife's ex, he saw him as the man who had helped shape the woman he loved. In some way, Momoa had said, "You're teaching me how to love her right." Kravitz had not anticipated the acknowledgement, and it struck him. He had acknowledged him as a mentor, brother, and someone whose love had influenced his own. That was the turning point, and they never went back. A common love for the same person was exhibited not through rivalry or competitiveness but through friendship and family. The disclosure confirmed what many had long suspected: Lenny Kravitz and Jason Momoa's friendship is more than just a show. It's true. It cannot be broken, and their fraternity will continue no matter what life throws at them. What happens next? What does the future hold for this unusual but unbreakable family now that Lenny Kravitz's discovery is public knowledge? Jason Momoa and Kravitz's love and regard for one another have not only remained the same but appear to have even gotten stronger after their breakup with Lisa Bonet. Their relationship is more than just the show, it's evidence of a deeper tie based on mutual respect, trust, and ideals. When Lenny Kravitz said, "We're family," it was more than simply words. "We will be family." It was a pledge, an affirmation that their bond would endure despite the changes in their lives. Momoa has also embraced this contemporary family dynamic, demonstrating that their family is still as close as ever, even after the split. Fans may have expected separation or conflict, but instead, they saw a remarkable act of love, demonstrating that family is about the individuals who choose to support one another rather than simply titles. There is little doubt that Kravitz and Momoa have redefined what it means to have a mixed family. As they move ahead, their narrative is a potent illustration of how love, respect, and family can go beyond expectations. Whether it is via their common interests, their dedication to Lisa Bonet and the children, or their sincere regard for one another, they have an unbreakable tie. And regardless of what the future brings, one thing is certain: this brotherhood will endure.